You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways as bad as it stinks.
Oh, they are.
So that puddle I stepped in? That wasn't beer.
This looks like the place.
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed... So, what kind of insurance pack? I remember that one. That's the...
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best...
Are you serious?
Well, we interviewed the parents extensively. They had plenty...
Hey, those aren't...
Furthermore, the claim spurred a whole line of fashion-related policies. It's become a... You can't, of course. Only Miss Fen. If we let every friend relative... Of course she is. The paper...
I like to think she's dead in spirit, but technically, legally, and regretfully, I'm still Marilyn Fenhill.
That's impossible. By all accounts, she was an elegant and classy woman with
That's gotta be the nicest thing anyone's said to me in a long while.
Oh, you mean... Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains... And you'd, theoretically, add the... But you wouldn't actually do that. Please, my policy only covers paper cuts and wrist strain. Very well. I'll do it. But then you've got to go. Confrontations like this, I'll need the name of the new benefit.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say... The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
Can we talk? You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it. Hey, you did the real work. All I had to do was not be dead. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have... Yeah. The funny thing about getting what you want is then you gotta figure out what to do with it. I've never been much of a planner. Makes my eyeballs itch. If only you could have been my chief surgeon back in the day. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee. Don't make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through all this? You sure? Because my kind of friends will pick your pocket. You don't have to get... Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day, they watch yours. So, you just keep the money. It's nothing personal. Anyway, enough of the touchy-feelies, huh? I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Felix, your abs are surely not gonna believe this. Guess who the villain was in this week's Virginia Yang Girl Detective? Mr. Bertie Holcomb, that toss baller!
Wow, are you serious? I gotta get a copy of that. Good to see you, boss.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain. We'll be here, Captain. Captain, or will we? Haha. Just a little joke for you.
battery levels are... Thank you, Sam.
Something on your mind? Something on...
Down there, a new ship.
Try anti-Cleo. It's better than Nature's.
But what would they be doing here? And how did they ever get permission to land?
Perhaps we'll finally get some excitement after all.
Anti-Cleo's antibiotics. It's comforting knowing that
Ah!
I only wish they weren't showing so many spacers.
Okay.
Remember that thing,
Is Mayfield still drinking?
Idiot's probably face down on the bar by now.
Take it easy. Not like you can get into any trouble passed out.
Sam, have you been washing my clothes?
Affirmative.
Now I look like a banker or a dentist.
Teeth cleaning request processed. Plaque removal with a product trial of Pep You Up floss scheduled.
Next time we visit a garbage heap, your history.
Hey! Of course not. The others took me out to celebrate on a... He's basically the That means I got a key to the minister's estate. That's right. That's a great idea. Here's to me. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another? It's not every day you get your dream job, right? Wow, you've got like this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a Manosaur. You got a Manosaur energy. Oh, Laws, I gotta stop. I'm seeing at least 2 of you. Oh, he's, medium. Everyone tells me he's very... I really shouldn't. I'll...
Nonsense. You've got another in you. Doctor's orders.
Guess I can't argue with that. Ugh. Was that one supposed to taste like Purple Berry Crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast?
Preparing bodily waste. Collection receptacle.
I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick. I just need to sit down.
You must be joking. Our fair city is being overrun by a pox of vagrants and Oh, there! That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of How splendid. Another rung-leech wanderer. Why, just this morning I thought to myself, as lovely as the garden, and here you... Admittedly. Now if only you could Honestly, what is the board thinking letting so... I earned my place here, just like everyone else. I just told you, my grandfather made millions of... Of course it is. Wealth is the most visible, objective measure of success. And success isn't given... If you have wealth, you're successful. And if you're successful, you must have earned it. Honestly, it's a... Chief Idea Officer. He came up... Well, it was a... Let's see. He picked the colors they included in rainbow chips. No one else wanted purple, but he insisted. Everyone loves the purple ones. And you know how the Cosmic Smokes logo has an eye in the middle of a heptagon? He said that one came. He was a true... You're welcome. Now, do we... This city is... But now we are overrun with the unworthy and the... Oh, do spare me your petty judgment. By simply winning a lottery, those early retirees get an exclusive district of Byzantium to themselves. Tell... Oh, by the law. I mean the principle of it, not the mechanics. It's not right. I deserve to see any district I... You know, you look like you've been shot at before. What's...
She's got a point. We're probably gonna get shot at.
Yes. Listen to your... What is that person's job exactly? Are they your secretary? Well, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you think this is a fabulous arrangement, and you'd be... Did you miss the part where I said I'd pay you? That... Better than money? Let's see, there's... No. The thrill of discovery. Like in an Aetherwave adventure. People love those, right? I don't see how, but...
Hey, that's illegal. What do you think you're doing? Just be careful next time.
Preparing to neutralize and sanitize.
What was that? I better take a look.
Corpse detected!
The last of them.
Something on your mind?
How did you get in here? You just slaughtered those guards and
So, this is one of the guys who runs the colony, huh?
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing... Drugs, of course. I don't have any drugs. You should...
I don't know if our chemicals are here, but this...
Will that be all, then? Oh dear, I don't think I can say this. Of course. It's Rockwell again. Who else? And I thought he was only holding... Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business.
Yeah, sure. It's always someone else who ordered the hookers and energizing ointment.
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best...
We really gonna do this? Getting involved...
This is about more than bits.
If it's dirty, it's a job for Sam.
It's filthy indeed, my mechanical friend. Rife with the worst sort of corruption. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of dissident. It usually doesn't turn out so well for the dissidents. Now we've got to get into the HHC. That's in the Acropolis district, along with the other... But only board employees are allowed into the district. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specific. That's good, because there are sure to be... When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive... Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater. A man has... Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here. Good. Halsey.
Got nimble fingers, Captain.
what I said.
What was that? Saw something. Take him down!
Nice one!
Take him down!
Yeah! We got the drop on us.
Powered with prejudice. Customer, you appear to be leaking. Cleaning cycle complete.
Just goes to show you never really see your hometown till you travel with a visitor.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Something on your mind?
really need all this security? I have to go through 3 checkpoints just...
The competition!
Something on your mind?
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That batch failed spectacularly.
Let the record show that Subject 23K's cause of death is cerebral vascular incident brought about by a ruptured aneurysm.
That's an 86% failure rate for this batch. I think we can safely move on to the next.
And I had such high hopes.
Entering quiet mode. Weapons purified.
You gotta teach me that.
Caution!
Take him down!
Body bag required. You make it dirty, Sam cleans it up.
Anti-Creo's pipe patch. All of the benefits of smoking a real pipe.
Every Sam unit. On the job. Recycle that to industrial stain.
Practicing this. Anyone else?
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again.
Young Millstone, you look pensive.
I don't know what that means, but I've been thinking. It ain't easy carrying a torch for the Rangers.
I understand. The Rangers' victories are your victories. Their defeats are likewise crushing.
You serious? Wow, Max. Never expected you to understand.
This may come as a surprise to you, Felix, but I understand what it is to be a fan.
That's so. You know something? Maybe I was wrong about you.
To be a fan is to live vicariously through another. You feel you are one with the Rangers.
You ain't been the same ever since your drug ring, Max. Don't.
If I still believed in the grand plan, a revelation like this would have seriously shaken my faith. Knowing you, I can only assume you have already begun formulating a plan. Yes, of course. And when you do, your propensity for wanton violence hasn't failed us so far. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Good to see you, boss.
On standby for command.
Hey, Cap.
I could probably spend years fixing this.
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown back. You walked through Edgewater and in your wake transformed it from a loyal company town to a haven for dissidents. I'm actually a little impressed. All this happened because some mysterious... Not always. For the longest time, I could never be sure if you were on our side or against us. You should be back on the Hope, frozen in a hibernation chamber. The board doesn't know what to make of you. You have something I want. Yes, I'm aware that you stole a batch of precious... My scientists tell me they'll restore the damage you've done within a matter of months. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. He has a litany of charges against him. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger... You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a trace... You are making a serious mistake.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab. I'll lock up behind you.
Busy in your absence. All I need now is... What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Why do you think we've been doing all this? Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this That's not a plan. That makes two things we don't have. Time and None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough... Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's... Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. Those poor people, they must have died. What nonsense. People aren't just slabs of meat. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experiment... We're out of time. we're out of chemicals, we may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board... Short of lining up every member of the board, and do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know...
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the... Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security. Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the board might notice, possibly, depending on the position. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's...
Ship and skip it across the system? What could go wrong?
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Now, hold on. What happens if we hit the wall?
Most likely the bullet
will... We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system. If your calculations are even slightly off, or the sun. Forgetfulness can be an early warning sign of asphyxia. I need you to reroute power from... You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her sub... Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering.
Something about waking a derelict ship puts me on edge, Captain. Hope you know what you're doing.
Okay, keep him quiet. Together! Woohoo! Nice work! Everyone all right? Ready for this.
Nice hit!
Processing. Sweeping.
Here we go! Got 'em all. Deft hands, Cap.
You make it look so easy. With us?
Should we assign Sam for a cleanup?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna be sick.
Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him. Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do. Probably not, but don't let that stop you. My Constellation executables could use some searching. Please stand by. Ah, found one. It will go great, Captain. I am almost 4.01% certain we will not die. Are you sure? That is extremely... and also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved? Jump-starting the skip drive. I wouldn't advise...
Oh no. Captain, don't do this. I ain't dying on a fucking ship. I want to die in the dirt like we're meant to.
Admitting a deficit? My, you never cease...
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict?
That is what my captain...
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred.
Yes.
You should not be doing this.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all... Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Oh. I feel like I've been turned inside out. Let's not do that again. Something you need?
Captain, I am receiving a transmission from Dr. Wells. Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
The board is here.
They've found me somehow. They're about to... I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very... The board. All their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate. How can I be of assistance? Goodbye. We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
They'll never see us. Great work.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
You ever notice how our crew's a lot like that crime family from The Masked Marketeer?
Oh, which one's the captain?
You know the head of the family? Never shows up on screen, but everybody's scared of him? That's the boss.
And everyone's got different theories about what they're really up to? I can see that. And what about me?
A scion of Byzantium turned to banditry? You've got to be the Masked Marketeer.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to...
So, Phineas got himself taken to Tartarus. That's usually a one-way trip.
I never got to know Doc Wells. We ain't friends or crew. But he's still one of us. He's the reason the boss is up and walking right now. We can't just leave him to die in Tartarus.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain. I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
It's the craziest plan I've ever heard. And I mean that as a compliment.
You didn't hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now. You're my boss. And I'll walk into fire with you.
I think it's insane. But maybe the colony needs a healthy dose of insanity right about now.
I know it's dangerous, and I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something.
You're asking for more than bravery from us, Captain. But there are worse ways to go than dying for a good cause. I'm in.
Let Sam get the grime out. It's what our units do best.
The entire plan is a terrible idea, but I admire your bravado, Captain, which leads me to illogically believe, against the odds, that you will be successful.
We gonna prepare? Sure. Guess I could give my ass-kicking boots another coat of polish. You got some sort of plan in mind?
The fewer folks we got to hurt, the better. Maybe on our way out, we let all those poor souls...
Sure, boss. You do the talking.
Something on your...
I like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination. We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be? Goodbye. Good luck, Captain.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, alright? Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more Hope you can forgive my temper. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing. Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess. I can't keep working double shifts either. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind? This again? I swear, this is the last time You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. That about cover it? She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made her... Damn right it is. No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it... It's staying locked up in my office until... Sure can. Sure. And once you... Fine. I got a feeling you and Catherine would get on like tumors on a pig. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word...
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in. Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can... And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never get the chance... You think maybe you could get some of your friends to land here, too?
You're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a hammer. I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? Ha! Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought. So, what can I do for you? Poor Isaac. I'd really like to help. Isaac... Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong... I don't know for sure, but I saw a lot. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
You grew up in Byzantium, right?
Don't rub it in.
Oh, don't get all prickly. I just haven't met someone who left the high life on purpose.
I'm from there, but I'm not really from there, if you follow.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Hey, what do you do? Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that and not that it's it.
That's the last of them.
The data on that cartridge was even more damning than I could have hoped. And to have something on UDL of all you've given us. Anyway. But that's But that means we won't be able to log. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish. Celia, I do hope you're taking notes. I've got to remember some of the...
Indeed, sir.
Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Whatever you do, don't mention tossing. I hear the end of it.
You startled me. Don't... Braxton, I've never even heard of a
Dilated pupils, anxious posture, muscle spasms. She's high on some quality stuff.
No! Okay, maybe, just a little. Braxton always has a good stash, and I just like to let loose a little. Stop thinking about the Marauder. Oh, damn. He told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick, and he had some... So maybe look for... I'll be straight with you. Folk who disappear in the wilderness generally aren't able to come back. Don't get your hopes up.